Hey everybody, welcome back to Taboo Shit, where we talk about good shit, dumb shit, real shit, and your shit. As promised, today we have Chance to give us a raw perspective of what he thought about the last two episodes. So this is your girl BK, and here is Chance. What's up, Chance?
What's up? Been a minute.
For real. So how did you think about the last two episodes?
I liked them. I enjoyed hearing your perspective. And
Awesome. Which one's what stuck out to you the most interesting?
I would, I'm really interested in, the suffering meditation, the meditation,
Do you meditate?
I do.
Do you
I
find
meditate.
that it's helping and soothing, or that you're able to do it at such a young age?
Well, yeah, I honestly think they should actually start, my perspective, I think they should start, doing it in schools. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I find it very helpful.
And doing that in school, how do you think that would help the students progress?
Well, let's say you had like at the beginning of school each day, whether they learn early is elementary school or middle school,
Mm-hmm.
I believe people can do that, and I think it'll help them get a
A balance?
instead of releasing
Oh, I see.
anger and stuff in different ways, or they have a place to come to themselves.
I see. I could see it definitely. I know when I was a substitute teacher, I could totally see it working for the students in the morning. There's a lot of kindergartners that are very, like, all ramped up in the mornings, and it'd be a nice way to get everything calmed down before you start school. Maybe it like kind of brings them
Yeah,
into the moment. That's interesting.
me personally, I meditate in the mornings most of the time. Uh,
Start your
just
day
so I
off.
can, yeah, exactly. And it's a absolute, you know, game changer if you do this every day, every
Nice.
morning.
What do you think
And
about grounding?
grounding, like with no shoes.
Yeah.
Uh, well, depending on where you live,
Right.
it's
I have stickers. I can't do it, but I'm interested.
I mean, it works for the beach or
That's
outside
true.
in the
Yeah.
grass.
I could totally do that at the beach.
Oh yeah, all day.
uh,
It's I am very interested in it, but not that I have experienced much of it.
okay.
Uh,
So what I said in the episode, do you think suffering is fundamental to happiness? What do you think?
like
Do you think that the human has to suffer, and it's fundamental for them to suffer to then you have to suffer for happiness
I, I
to experience happiness? I would have said absolutely, because how do you know what is happy, what makes you happy, if you don't know what first makes you sad? But I thought it was a very interesting perspective he had about that. What do you think?
yeah, it's I think of it as whenever you experience happiness, whether it's your first time ever, you wouldn't really know that emotion, like you said, without knowing the other emotion,
Right?
the opposite.
Exactly.
And
And then also he says suffering is the result of caring about things you cannot change. Now, and changing what you care about to things you can change, like caring about yourself, caring about things that you have
yeah,
control over, which is interesting also. But do you think that's saying to not choose to care about family? I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, I think that's everybody's kryptonite is their family.
uh, family is of course you can't choose them, and you have to navigate how to communicate with them if they're not
Boundaries,
of
I
the
guess.
same wavelength as you. But
Hmm.
you can, I see that as you can you can make a change, but you can't change people like in your family yourself. They eventually they're still their own people. I mean, they're still their own
Right.
person.
I'm just saying, like, can you change your focus to not care about your family? Is that
Oh,
possible?
Um,
See, that's hard.
if,
Can you? And then he says that it's possible through meditation, by exiting yourself out of your um, physical body and this physical 3D world.
I think there is truth to that because I know only from what I've heard of or seen, you know, these yogis and they practice these meditations and hours in on and days in on, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I can definitely see that to where they don't care. I mean, if their family is, you know, not around or whatever, even if they were,
Well,
I
if
can
something
see
happened
how.
to them, is what I'm saying. Like suffering is like when someone dies. So if so when and so say to not care about someone dying is to almost is I mean, I guess the meditation is to exit yourself out of this realm and allow society. I mean, not society. Sorry, the universe to have faith in the universe to
Yeah.
take care of them. I know that being a Christian, that's something that I learned through the peace of God. It's just a very interesting thing. Just allowing the divine to have control and not myself. Whatever the divine is to anybody, just the divine. It's just
That's
having acceptance of.
yeah. That's essentially what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Is trusting the divine, and we repeat the same. Um, if if something happens to your family, I could see it as they're in whatever the religion is, whether it's Christianity, you could say they're in a better place, or whether it's you trust in the universe, you can just say that we're all one, and I think it gives a cushion. Yeah, but yeah, if you lose somebody, I can see how meditation would definitely get you away from that and make you more at peace.
Mm-hmm.
And even I personally find meditation can help out with mostly anything in life because we repeat the same thought patterns every day, or for the most part. And meditation disrupts this and restructures that pattern.
Oh, nicely said. Nicely said.
Yeah, reprogramming starts with conscious work, and if you start thinking consciously about what's going on, whether if somebody dies, think about it consciously rather than their physical isn't here anymore on this earth. But if you think about it consciously, you know, you think about it differently than most people would.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
I see that it's just a way to accept it and accept the universe as it happens because you can't control it.
Right.
I think it's.
And oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I think it's a fundamental practice for people, for everyone if they are open to it.
I agree. I think it is something that we all need to. We're so distracted by society and everything that it throws at us all the time. I mean, do we really have any other thoughts of our own? It's it's kind of creepy when you think about it. Or do we think our own? Like, maybe not. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That also takes me to the next point. So, that I believe that we're all here. We didn't ask to be here. None of us. We were brought into this world, and I just believe that we're all here trying to get to the same get through this life just like anybody else, and that we are all on pretty much the same page, just trial and error. But I feel like our society and our just history all brings up about putting parents on these pedestals. But back in the day, they used to kids used to get married at 15, and the parents would support them and teach them how to be adults by this age, right? And nowadays they want the kids to be kids because we have a lot longer lifespan now, so it's different. But however, I feel like you're a kid, and then nobody listens to you until you're like 40. It's like, I feel like there's this huge gap where there's this ego time where nobody wants to ask questions, everybody wants to be right, and everybody is losing something out of gaining or out of growing oneself between this time of, and I feel like if people stop, like parents didn't put themselves on pedestals where everything they do is right, but everything, anything against us is wrong. Why don't we just all work together? I don't know. It's just like if everybody was like, I know that growing up, putting my parents on a pedestal and stuff, all that did was make me even more bitter, more angry if they fell off their pedestal, because I always got ripped a new one if I fell off my throne, and I was always assumed to be, messing up or not doing the right thing because I'm a kid. And then you try to get your independence when when you become an adult, and then you're just a little too young, like it's just interesting.
I see that as a cycle of the times, I guess you could say.
I think we should change that, because I feel like, how are millennials and how are we supposed to gain understanding into things if we can't ask questions without feeling, like, oh, well, they'll think, like so many people are so worried about what other people think nowadays, and it matters nowadays, even by what you look like, people judge you. It's awful.
I believe there needs to be a change there too. Absolutely.
So I'm not sure how we can even implement, but I'm hoping that's what we can do with TabooSchitt though too, because I'm an elder millennial, you're a younger millennial, you're a freshly new adult millennial, and I am 31. I'm not that old. I'm still a millennial. I'm an 88. Anyway.
I see it as parents aren't living in the same playing field as us.
Exactly. Great way to say it. We are all in the same playing field. And we're all part of the same team. And when you throw when the quarterback they throw the ball to the quarterback. They don't throw it to the quarterback. They throw it where the quarterback's going to go. That's how we support each other.
Yeah.
So, that's how we're supposed to support each other in life. Just one preparing for the next one.
Yeah, if anything, it should be more about the kids rather than what elders, are so used to. Like, change is everywhere, and it's, to go against change is what we're seeing right now. But we're seeing changes happening.
Change is happening so fast that it's not. The education system isn't even capable of keeping up. Let alone our generation to generation is able to jump on. The older generation is barely making it on this internet stuff. They're making it, but it's hard
it's going
for them,
fast.
And then you have these millennials that are just popping up at 10, 12, 15 years old, making millions. Like it's insane
It's
world.
fast.
And so now you have the youth in adult realms, making adult decisions, or like.
What causes that? Life is play. That's why children are so play. They know all this, and all they do is play.
Yes.
But when we enforce thoughts on them, they develop an ego, and play becomes work. That's why adults are pretty miserable. And that's as simple as I think. I see that part of it. But as soon as we develop that lifestyle, it becomes normal, and I believe we're being programmed with more toxic situations is becoming more normal.
Absolutely.
And even with all this fast growing internet, who knows what it's going to be like in 15, 20 years.
Right.
And the ages and how they're reacting.
Right. And how do you prepare your children for these ages too? It's not all the parents not, respecting kids, but it's also how do you prepare these kids when you don't know what's happening
when
next?
You don't know. Yeah.
And the kids are finding out before you do.
Yeah.
That's hard for the parents. And then the teachers in the middle of it, which is funded by the government, and we all know how the government's going. It's crazy.
Yeah, the damage has been done over the decades.
For sure. But this is the generation, our millennials, that are, you, our younger millennials, are the first generation that are actually being born without great grandparents that have been in wars.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be, y'all are growing up in a time where y'all don't see or feel that fear that has been dropped down from generation to generation to generation to I mean, to always watch your back. To always, we're pretty much like drilled to be paranoid about our surroundings and stuff. Just to, like just survival stuff, right?
Yeah.
And the millennials aren't risen. They aren't raised in that atmosphere. They're raised with a lot more
Non-caring,
privileges or just a lot more
oh yeah,
privileges, a lot more resources, a lot things that are taken for granted now weren't taken for granted before.
yeah,
And it's just hard because we're losing so much of our. That's one thing I'm worried about: the survival skills.
for humanity.
Humanity in itself. I mean, think about it. If we lost internet and electricity, our bodies have been in climates of AC for so long, our bodies probably can't adapt fast enough to the heat if we ever lost it.
I see.
So it's scary to think about that. But millennials don't think about that, because it's not even a thought, because we've always had it. No. But I just see that there's just this missing middle part between like far one way and far the other. And I know the generation that's coming up is nothing like our other generations at all. And I don't know how we can prepare for them to be safe. It's just interesting. I don't know. However, I'm very excited about all the things that are happening in our country, though, because we are actually becoming a lot more secure in our nation.
Oh yeah, everything that's been happening has just been growing. A lot of more people are waking up.
Mm-hmm.
And the American dream, you have to be asleep to believe that, for the most part.
Yeah, because there's so much manipulation and corruption, which hopefully is starting to be taken care of. I don't, but we'll see. Slowly but surely, I guess. Do you have any experience with autism?
My little brother, Nolan, has high functioning autism. Sure, it's high functioning.
Yeah.
But
so, when you read those, when you listened to that conversation, what did you think about that? In regards, with your relationship and your family and how it affects conversations and behaviors?
I think people should understand what it is and how to,
So you think there's a gap in our understanding of autism?
I think so.
Yeah, mental health.
But I think it's still, you can have just a great conversation with someone with autism,
Yeah, just
even
like
as somebody without autism. It's, people are quick to dismiss it.
Exactly. I feel like they're so lonely. And it's sad because they're so talented, and so like you say, your brother has autism, so high functioning, which means has particular interests, right?
Yeah, like he'll be interested in like the Titanic, for example, or trains
and what parts,
stuff like that.
And how focused, how is it different than the average person being interested in something?
Oh, well, he knows all types of stuff about stuff that I would never thought of, till you even look up about the Titanic.
Really?
Oh yeah, he'll sit there and name off all these names of boats and stuff, and I'll be like, I've never even knew none of that.
Really?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's
That's cool.
When he's focused on something, he'll get straight to it and betting on it.
They're smart, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
It's very cool having conversations.
Yeah.
Too, I get to really grow my it's almost like a growth in my own self when I talk to different spirits, different people. It's just,
yeah,
I love it. It's great. I think it's very misunderstood. All mental health is misunderstood.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and with everything going the way it's going, I don't know. It's going so fast. I think that's what's the craziest part about it. It's going so fast, and how do we not make mistakes when it's going that fast?
Yeah, it's
You know, like,
people.
just saying. It's crazy.
Yeah,
But
and with that being said, and people, and the way things are going today so fast, I just wish more people would know about or would know how different mental illnesses are.
I think a lot of mental illness is being caused by society.
Yeah, for
I,
sure.
I think a lot of it is also caused by labeling and judging and by other people's non-acceptance of each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and failure to recognize it.
Mhm.
We're all in this together, you know.
Exactly.
There's
Well.
no,
Mhm.
there's no like, I'm
Exactly.
better than you and you're better than me. It's just we're working together to build, you know.
Exactly. Well, Chance, with that note, I want to thank you for being on Taboo Shit.
Thank you for
And
having me. I
and
enjoyed it.
awesome. And we will see and hear from hear from you soon. We will hear from you soon. So take care. Have a good day. Bye, everyone. And BK's out. Chance.
Bye, everyone.
All right. Bye.